Welcome to Iraqi Dinar Hub, your trusted destination for the latest news, real-time updates, and expert analysis on the Iraqi dinar and the world of currency revaluation. Whether you're a long-time holder, a new investor, or simply staying informed, this channel breaks down complex developments, exposes the facts behind the rumors, and brings you credible insight into everything quite impacting the IQD. From Forex rate changes to leaked bank memos and official government moves, if it affects the dinar, you'll hear it here first. Subscribe and join a growing global community that's ready for what's next. In a world full of speculation, we deliver clarity. This is Iraqi Dinar Hub. Let's dive in. It's finally here. For everyone who's stayed the course, held on through the years, hoped, and believed this might be the moment we've all been waiting for. A major development is echoing throughout the Iraqi dinar community. Here in 2025, something truly remarkable has surfaced. The Iraqi dinar, also known as the IQD, is now appearing live on Forex platforms at what appears to be a genuine market-driven rate. Yes, this is not a drill. It's not a managed or artificially pegged figure, it's a real, fluid international exchange rate. And this time, the noise isn't coming from chat rooms or speculation forums. It's loud, widespread, and undeniable. Currency holders, financial observers, and veteran investors are all asking the same thing. Is this the turning point we've waited so long to see? Stay with us, because we're going to unpack all of it, why this shift matters, how we got here, and what might unfold in the coming days and weeks. This could be the beginning of a historic shift and economic breakthrough decades in the making. But first, we need to understand why this moment is so significant. For years, the Iraqi dinar was held under a tight program rate, governed and locked down by Iraq's central bank, the CBI. That meant it wasn't allowed to trade openly on the global stage. Investors couldn't access it through traditional Forex systems, and its price was frozen in place, disconnected from global market forces. But today, if it's showing us live and moving, then real supply and demand may finally be at play. The door that's been shut for so long might now be opening. This is not just a technical adjustment. It could be the spark for massive economic change, not only for Iraq, but also for millions who've invested years of hope into this currency. So what exactly is a true market rate? Let's break it down simply. A market rate means the value of a currency is determined by open trading, by what buyers and sellers are actually doing in real time. It's not a fixed number set by a central authority. It fluctuates with demand, investment trends, economic strength, and overall confidence. That's how the world's major currencies like the dollar, euro, and yen operate. If the dinar is now following that same model, then it's being viewed as legitimate global money. And for long-time holders, that's not just good news, it's possibly transformational. Now, we're not saying this is the end game. This isn't a cue to race to the bank or celebrate just yet, but it's real progress. And progress brings optimism, momentum, and a renewed sense of possibility. For years, the dinar was buried beneath layers of rumor, hype, and skepticism. Many said a revaluation was just a dream. Critics laughed, doubters dismissed it, and some even labeled the idea a scam. But today, for perhaps the first time in a generation, there's something visible, something measurable. It's not just talk anymore. It's a chart you can see. It's a rate that moves. That makes this moment distinct. That gives it weight. To appreciate what's happening, we need to look back. After the early 2000s, Iraq's economy was shattered. War, sanctions, and political turmoil dragged the currency down to near worthlessness. Yet, despite the collapse, many saw the deeper value the country's oil wealth, its young and energetic population, its fertile land, and geographic importance. Believers in the dinar held fast, trusting that once Iraq stabilized, the currency would rebound. They waited through reforms, leadership shifts, global negotiations, and years of setbacks. Now, it seems the market may finally be recognizing what dinar holders always believed, that Iraq is poised for resurgence. What could this mean inside Iraq? Potentially everything. A freely trading currency signals strength, reliability, and economic maturity. It lets the world know that Iraq is ready to participate as a full player in global finance. No more underground rates, no more dual systems, no more economic guesswork. A transparent floating rate builds trust. It tells investors Iraq is open for business. On the ground, this could bring stability to prices, better access to imported goods, and potentially stronger purchasing power for everyday Iraqis if managed with care. In short, this may be the beginning of something bigger than just a number on a screen. And this didn't just happen overnight. Iraq's central bank has been laying the groundwork for years. They've cracked down on currency smuggling, modernized banking regulations, and improved their digital infrastructure. Quietly but steadily, they've built a foundation for this shift. Many believe this move to a market rate is the outcome of long-term planning, not sudden change. Iraq has been working to reduce its dependence on the US dollar and restore the dinar's central role in commerce and finance. What we're seeing now on Forex may be the strongest sign yet that those behind-the-scenes efforts are bearing fruit. That said, let's keep things in perspective. This isn't a windfall overnight. Rates might rise slowly. Banks across the globe will take time to respond. Financial institutions will be cautious. They'll want to see whether Iraq can maintain economic discipline, internal security, and a steady hand at the central bank. The coming months will be absolutely vital. That's why we urge every member of the dinar community to remain calm, think smart, and avoid falling into speculative traps. This is a time to observe, verify, and move with caution, not to rush ahead blindly. But it is a start, and it's a big one. Another big issue that's now back on the table: redenomination. Iraq's government has repeatedly floated the idea of removing 3 zeros from the currency. What does that mean in practical terms? Say you currently hold 1 million dinars. After redenomination, that might become 1,000 new dinars. The actual value of your money doesn't change, it's just represented differently. This is done to simplify everyday transactions, accounting, and economic reporting. Countries like Turkey and Zimbabwe have successfully used this tool during monetary reform. It's a way for a country to say, we're serious about cleaning up our system. Still, redenomination is a delicate process. It affects psychology as much as economics. The Iraqi government would need to run public education campaigns, update systems, train businesses, and carefully manage public perception. Even if the value stays the same, people may worry they're losing something. And perception matters. If the process is handled smoothly, though, it could build both domestic and international confidence. It could make doing business in Iraq easier. And it could bring in more foreign capital money that builds infrastructure, creates jobs, and fuels long-term growth. So while technical, this is about national identity and economic image. So, what about all the global dinar holders watching right now? The answer depends on how the market responds from here on out. If the IQD continues to float and its value strengthens naturally, long-term holders could finally see the payoff they've hoped for. But again, we must be patient. A real market rate doesn't guarantee sudden gains. Currency value is built on trust, stability, and utility. Iraq will need to prove its readiness on the world stage over time. Still, for the first time in many years, something verifiable is unfolding. There's movement, there's traction. And that's a reason to pay close attention no matter where you are in the world. Let's also remember that Iraq's economy doesn't operate in isolation. It sits in the middle of global dynamics, oil politics, trade routes, regional rivalries, and shifting alliances. If the IQD is truly gaining legitimacy, that could affect how major players like China, Turkey, Iran, and the US engage with Iraq economically. It could pave the way for new trade deals, more foreign investment, and expanded tourism. So while we're talking about a currency, we're really talking about influence, strategy, and visibility. This could be the start of Iraq stepping into a much larger role in the global financial arena. And that's why this moment stands apart. We'd had rumors before. We've had leaks and speculation. But today, we have real data. The IQD is visible. It's active. It's no longer hidden. That alone changes the game. That gives this story credibility like never before. What comes next will depend on many moving parts: how Iraq manages this shift, how the world reacts, and how prepared institutions are for change. But one thing is clear: we're no longer stuck in the past. We're standing on the edge of something new, and that matters deeply. To everyone who's held on to hope through all these years, this is your moment. You've stayed informed, endured ridicule, and navigated endless confusion. But now, for the first time in a long time, there's something real to hold on to. Something you can see for yourself. Not hype, not rumor, not guesswork. This is live movement, and it's opening a new chapter. Let's keep our heads clear, our eyes open, and stay connected as events unfold. Because this isn't just a currency update, it's a symbol of Iraq's future. And finally, that future looks like it's moving forward. Thanks for watching Iraqi Dinar Hub, where facts matter, and the future of the Iraqi dinar is always front and center. If you found today's update helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment. We're tracking every development, every shift, and every signal that could impact your next move. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay connected, because the story of the dinar is far from over. Until next time, this is Iraqi Dinar Hub, bringing clarity to currency.